Ray Benson Sno Park is the premier snow park of the Santiam Pass area, which is Pass Sisters. This is Willamette National Forest, not Deschutes National Forest. Being in Central Oregon, lion's share of the area is Deschutes National Forest, but if you come up to the Santiam Pass area, you are in Willamette country. Kind of interesting the way all these trails intersect. See, this is obviously a snowmobile trail. This is a heavy snowmobile area. Lots of snowmobilers using this as a base camp for their exploration. We intersect them quite a bit. Want to be mindful of them safety-wise, but honestly, it's so loud. Highly unlikely you're going to be surprised by a snowmobile. So I don't think accidents between hikers and snowmobile happen very often. Almost never, really. Just practice situational awareness, and I'm sure you'll be fine. Try to be the least amount of bouncy I can with my snowshoes on. Would have much preferred to be in Yaktrax, but snow is just too thick in some sections. I want to post hole all the time. Kind of a cool perspective. You're getting a little bit of a nubbin of the Mount Washington complex straight ahead in the horizon. This is, gotta say, pretty beautiful, quintessential Central Oregon winter snowshoeing. A thick snow, freezing cold national forest, glowing green with pines. We've got mountains off in the distance, coming up to more of a viewpoint of our trusty friend, Mount Washington. Some beautiful views of Mount Washington. Oh, that is beautiful. Pan over and continue to show Hayrick, Butte. Again, that's Hay, not what's up, Rick. Oh, that is so beautiful. Look at that. This particular open section is the gift that keeps on giving. Look at that. It's quite beautiful. Still see a slight glow of the morning sunrise. Kind of interesting because the forest tells a history if you know how to read it. The height of the trees, species of the trees, even the markings on the tree. Kind of get a ecological history of the area just by looking around and understanding the trees. Kind of dorky, but if you're into nature and science, it's kind of cool. If you develop a deep appreciation and love for the forest, for wilderness, for nature in general, if you go on a hike like this, every single step is magic. Admiring the pine trees, the snow, just everything about the forest is beautiful. So I highly recommend taking that perspective if you're gonna be a wilderness adventurer. I caution people against what I call a dangled carrot mentality, and that is they don't really care about the trail, they don't really care about the forest. All they want to do is get to the end point, Tootsie Roll center of the Tootsie Pop, and to me, I don't think that's the best way to view it, because I don't think in that case the juice is necessarily worth the squeeze. If you're not enjoying every step, then why are you doing it? So, life is a journey, not a destination. I think a deep appreciation of nature is a wonderful thing. Also makes this always kind of a soul and life affirming experience to come out in nature, enjoy the trees, enjoy the wilderness, the forest, the mountains, really just enjoy everything. The bounty of beauty and majesty in the area, quite remarkable and special. We're 2.4 miles away from Ray Benson where we started. Brandenburg Loop is a half mile that way. South Loop is that way. I'm gonna go Brandenburg Loop. Watching some pretty epic weather sky battle today between the forces of darkness and lightness. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Wow, this is gorgeous. And a bit of a overlook clearing section. I'd say we're in the top zone of the Brandenburg Butte zone section. Oh my gosh, definitely giving us some pretty nice expansive views. Pretty epic. And going down the mountainside. This is very thick snow. Let me show you what is to my right. Look at that base well around that tree. It's a pretty tall tree. That's how thick the snow is up here. It's a very exposed area. There's just thick snow accumulation. I would say that as a tip. Trust yourself over the tracks. Because how do you know somebody else wasn't lost or something? So use the diamonds first. Chart your own path from the map. And then if you want to, you can use the tracks as a secondary reassurance that you are indeed on the right track. But don't just mindlessly follow the tracks, because in some situations that will get you in trouble. When you look back, definitely the hardest section we've done so far. Descending Brandenburg Butte in the snowshoes. Pretty steep angle, very thick, very easily knee-high, maybe even thigh-high or waist-high snow in some of those sections. With epic Mount Washington off in the distance. We've got a beautiful Brandenburg shelter. Let's go inside. Got my snowshoes deployed. It is very thick snow. I'll come around here and look at that. See the front of our A-frame log cabin shelter. And let's step inside. Loving that nameplate. Brandenburg shelter, built by the Oregon Nordic Club. Loving that American flag. Got a couple hearth benches and a beautiful wood-burning stove. Keep you warm at night. Oh, this is beautiful. Here's my trail. Pretty cool, like snow meadow, giant over here. Here's the direction I just came from. So I continue to snowshoe. As we continue down South Loop, I come over and show you the trail we just came on. We just moseyed through that section. Now we are descending this way. We are on the return part of this approximately 6 mile, 350 foot elevation loop. Ray Benson Sno Park out to Brandenburg shelter. We're on the loop back to the main section of South Loop. Takes us back to our snow park. I do have my snowshoes deployed because this is super thick snow. There were frankly some sections, particularly the Brandenburg Butte section, that simply would not have been possible without snowshoes. Could have gone from your thighs to your waist in some of those sections, and without snowshoes, I think Yaktrax would not have been suited for the job. They're more for icy situation with lighter thickness. This is more of a powder snowy section with maximum thickness, so definitely a snowshoe profile, not a Yaktrax profile. Just FYI. Because of that, this is a bit bouncier, and I can do about that. I opted not to bring trekking poles. That was the biggest contribution I could make to the cause, but had to deploy snowshoes. This forest really is beautiful as we got down that decline. All sorts of pines, and there's a beautiful spruce, and it's mostly pines and occasional mountain hemlock. This whole hike kind of flirts in the subalpine alpine range. Alpine's 5,000 feet, and the snow park's about 4,800 feet, so kind of flirting in the alpine zone. Duration of this hike. This is what I like to call a pine tree passageway hike, where large chunks of it are just beautiful sections like we're in now. Hiking through the forest, a little clearing section that's been cut. To another little incline.